listen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 15 of Hollywood Uncensored podcast. It is your boy, Hollywood Holguin, and I am joined once again by my good brother, Orange E. Welcome back, homie.
Yo, what's going on?
All right, man, we got a lot to talk about, a lot of things going on in the world. Today, your boy went on a mission. Literally went to Target, probably the first time in about a month that your boy's been out of the house, just to buy some claws. I needed some claws. I was in need of some claws. I was running dry of some claws. Ended up buying a 24-pack. But let me tell you, man, the anxiety of going to Target was probably the worst it's ever been. Like, I had to put 2 bandanas on, a beanie, my Adidas tracksuit, gloves like I'm O.J. Simpson, and I'm in there, dude. It felt like it was 100 degrees in there. I felt like eyes were watching me because I thought they thought we were gonna like rob Target, but I'm like, I'm just here for some dog food and some claws, man. But it was so stressful. Have you gone out at all to the store?
Yeah, I've been going a few times, same as you, mostly for some alcohol, because nowadays it's like impossible to live day by day without it because we're in quarantine,
Yeah.
But same, like, it's just different. Like, I'm after this whole Rona shit, goes by, I'm never gonna take grocery shopping for granted ever again. It's gonna change the way I look at things after this. So,
Bruh, it's so freaking sketch, man, because we get to Target and I'm like, I have my like essential list that I need, which it wasn't even that much really. It was like dog food, dog bags, shampoo, body wash, most importantly the claws. That was like number 1 on my list. I was debating between claw and whiskey, but I asked you on text message, you told me to get the claws. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get claws. The only problem, this Target by my house never has it. So I'm already stressing about that. We get there, we literally have to stand in line like we're about to go on Splash Mountain and shit. I'm standing out there with like 8 other people. They're all in masks and gloves. It's like almost like zombie apocalypse status. They have this big ass poster outside that says out of stock. And I'm like, I already start getting negative. And I'm like, God, they're probably not going to have none of the shit I want. Freaking the first thing on the damn board, out of stock, Nintendo Switch. And I'm like, bruh, how many people have came to buy Nintendo Switches in the last 2 or 3 weeks? I was like, I don't care about Nintendo Switch. I already have one. I hardly play it. But it's like, that's the first thing you're going to put on the list is out of stock of Nintendo. But anyways, we go inside, man, and just hectic, man. I hope this shit, I can make this 24-pack of White Claws last me at least a month. I doubt it, but I'm crossing my fingers. Anyways, let's jump right into this episode of Hollywood Uncensored. We're gonna start it off. All right, man. So Division dropped a new album last night. Man, I texted you this, and you told me it's a reach. I think this is album of the year, man. Division's album is so freaking good from beginning to end. R&B, just gold. Just like that dude was in his bag. OVO is taking over, man. The Canadian dominance of the music game has just been so surreal and dominated by, The Weeknd and Bieber and Party. Now we got Division dropping his new joint. Both of them just in their bag. Like this album, literally no skips for me, at least. Maybe not for others, but it was one of those albums where I could listen from beginning to end and enjoy every single minute of these songs because they're just so well done. This dude has an Usher sample, one of the classic Usher songs. And then just completely the final song of this album is probably one of the best R&B songs I've heard in a very long time. And to top it off, this album, man, you put this album on and you're with a girl, expect twins. You got to triple wrap that thing to avoid it because this album will make you do some dirty things and you're going to end up with a whole army like your Phillip Rivers. That's the best I could describe Division's album. I literally gave it a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. As of right now, I have Division's new album as album of the year.
I listened to it. Actually, before I listened to it, I was looking out for this song by Drake and Playboi Carti, which never ended up dropping that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually never dropped. And so I was like, okay, so what else is out? So I saw this, and I've always liked PND. I mean, sorry, I'm not talking about PND, Division. But it's been like 3-4 years since he's dropped like a whole project. He's dropped a few singles here and there.
Yeah.
Um, you told me that this is better than you told me that this is like contender for album of the year, and when I said that, I was picturing it in the grand scope of things. When you're saying that, you're not just saying that it's the album of the year. You're saying that it's better than the Weeknd's album. You know, that's really what you're saying. And I don't want to say that it's, you know, ubiquitous that a lot of people are saying that uh, the Weeknd's album is album of the year already. But a lot of people think that it's definitely like probably going to end up already. You know what I mean? Up
Yeah,
there. And
it'll be in contention for sure.
yeah. And I was into this album, and don't get me wrong, like I was never like, oh, this album sucks. There was like a few songs for me that were just like, this honestly sounds like a ripoff of The Weeknd. And I think I actually texted you this. I think I told you like this is just like a ripoff of a Weeknd or P&D record. And that's kind of like what it seemed like to me. But here's what I like about his album, about Division's album, is he knows his sound. He's not like The Weeknd. He's not like P&D where they change their sound like every album. Division. Sorry, I keep mixing up their names. Out of my fourth White Claw now, but a Division. They stick to this really nice, kind of monotonish like beat selection that they choose, and their wordplay or the lyrics that they use really resonates with their like male audience. For me, at least, I'm like, you know, the type of shit I'm going on right now. I'm like, I vibe with this, but The Weeknd does that too, and to me, even better. The Weeknd's falsettos are up there with people like, you know, Michael Jackson. His beat selection is bar none. I think the only person that has better beat selection than The Weeknd is either gonna be Drake or Kendrick Lamar. Those are like the only other two rappers I think have better beat selection than them.
I like J. Cole's beat selection.
J. Cole's?
Yeah.
Yeah, J. Cole's beat selection is
And
pretty
Kanye. Kanye sometimes when Kanye's in Kanye's bag, he'll drop some bangers of beats.
The last one was kind of ass though.
Well, yeah, because he went full gospel on indie on us, but like the Life of Pablo. Whew.
Yeah, so that was my whole thing. I'm not saying it's a bad album. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Really? Okay. Here's my question though. When comparing The Weeknd and Division, which one do you think is more R&B though?
R&B.
Yeah.
Just the album, right?
Yeah, in general.
I would definitely say Division. It's kind of mixed with a little bit of like, I wouldn't say it's pure R&B, because some of the beats are kind of like, I don't want to say they're indie, but they're not like R&B. They're kind of like really, really slow and too slow for R&B. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think it's good to like establish. I don't think The Weeknd's R&B anymore. I don't think he's been R&B since Starboy. I think he went from like mainstream pop, and I think now he's starting to really solidify himself as pop rock. Um, I like The Weeknd's album. It's number 2 for me. I'm not saying like, oh, it's the word. And I didn't like downgrade it like all the way to like 5 or anything. I knocked it down to number 2, and it's still, I think at the end of the day, if you tell me The Weeknd's album is album of the year, I wouldn't probably argue with you. I'd just be like, yeah, okay, I can see why you would pick that album. I'll just compare Division to Party's album because Party's more R&B at this point too than The Weeknd right now currently. I thought Division's album blew Party's album out of the freaking like waters, dude. Like I thought it just sound wise, it just sounded better. You know what I mean? Like it just the way they like presented it, the presentation was just so much better to me listening to it compared to Parties. Like Parties, I'm like, oh, okay, Party. You know what I mean? Like I could literally play any Party album or mixtape and probably hear the same thing. I thought Division did some new things where I'm like, oh man, this dude might be the second most talented, or both of them. But it is a 2-man, crew. They might be the most talented other than Drake in OVO. I liked it. I can see why you gave it a 7, or you're in there in between. I'm a sucker for R&B, and I feel like when The Weeknd's in his R&B bag, I think The Weeknd's like perfect. But he's more pop rock, He's more like just I don't know, like more radio hits than anything for me at least. Like Division was something like I didn't expect. And I think that's why it made it so much better. Like Division, I listened to it, I played it without any expectations. I didn't even know the album was dropping. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not like this major Division fan. I stand OVO, but like I wasn't like waiting hands and knees for this album like I was for The Weeknd. The Weeknd I've been hyping up since freaking Trilogy, you know. So this album was more of like a pleasant surprise to the point where I'm like, oh man, like this is really freaking good. At the end of the day, I think Canada dominates right now. And I'm going to ask you this question. Is OVO starting to take over as the biggest record label in the game today?
Yes, I would definitely say so, but it would be better for fans and themselves that they worked better as a clique. Because what I feel like is like missing is they're not like TDE or like where they don't like, you know, when Kendrick Lamar drops an album, like you have like a Schoolboy Q feature or this and that. Like Division, I feel like missed or really needed like a big feature. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah, Drake on the album.
Yeah, but it's so did P&D, and P&D had also Bad Bunny. You know
And
what I mean?
Rihanna.
Yeah, and Rihanna. I guess I can see why P&D is definitely like you know, more known than Division, but I don't know, like that's why I think that P&D's album was better than this album. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really just for this one song, that one song with Bad Bunny. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like Bad Bunny.
Oh, the remix?
Yeah, dude, Bad Bunny goes so hard. I love Bad Bunny, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I think Bad Bunny is probably as big or bigger than Drake right now.
I would. Did you see that he did that whole transgender thing video?
Yeah, and it was great. I loved it.
After that, he won so many fans, dude.
As
like
he
you
should.
can't even slander like Bad Bunny on the timeline on Twitter.
No, but I'm not gonna give Bad Bunny. I'm not gonna give Party the credit for a remix. He should just release that as the actual track. I hate freaking remixes on like albums. You know, like just put the actual song on the like. The Weeknd used to do that for years. The Weeknd would drop songs like a year before. Like when The Weeknd did this with 50 Shades of Grey. He dropped a song for 50 Shades, right? A year later, he puts the same damn song on the album. It's like it's a waste of space. Like you said, Bad Bunny, that dude is as big as Drake. Probably one of the biggest artists in the world, if not the biggest. You could probably make a case that he's probably bigger than Drake right now, depending on what country you're at or what city you're at. It just depends. But I think Division, man, it just sounded better to me. Like Party didn't do anything where I was just like amazed about. Like Party's album was dope, and I gave it a 7. I'm not shitting on the album. I feel like Division did more with less.
I can see that. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Because like Party had Drake, Rihanna, you know, Bad Bunny. Like you should have been like that should have been the Grammy hitting album, which a lot of people are like the album's getting too much hate. It's like it's not hate to call it like it's cool. Like Division was like all these like features. Some of the people weren't like that well known. The Drake feature isn't like mentioned. You really have to listen to the song to hear Drake. It's an ad lib. It's not like he's out there being like, guess who's on my album? It's Drake. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jesse Reyes, who's still like borderline, you know, to the top or not there. Yeah, like an unknown person at the end, which is probably my favorite track on the album. He had Party, but again, it's Party. You know, it's like he's not having like those main string guys. I just feel like they gave Party all the features, and they pretty much told Division, you know, go make an album and see how it goes. I just at the end of the day, I would rank Division's album as number 1 just because I didn't know what to expect, and the less of it made it just way more a better experience for me altogether at the end of the day. But like, yeah, 7 is good. By the way, I don't want to shit on that either. 7 is really good.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like with all the features that Drake has been doing and all the songs that he's been doing. I'm kind of this is like the first time in a long time where I'm like really hyped for like a Drake album, because his last album to me, like for example, like More Life and whatever the last one was called, those honestly I thought they were not good. You could have like there were so many throwaways that he just like put in there for no reason. Like the second side of his last album,
Scorpion. Scorpion.
Scorpion. There you go. Yeah. So the second part of Scorpion should have been one album, and that first half should have been thrown away. You know what I mean?
We got that first half because of the Kanye stuff.
Yeah. So now Drake's in his bag for whatever reason. I don't know why he's in his bag all of a sudden, but dude, his last except for the last one, Rolly Tussie, whatever it's called, Tussie Slide,
number 1 on the Hot 100.
All his other songs besides that were like 10 out of 10, like perfect, like beat selection, perfect, like bars, ad libs, and like I said, I even like War. When everybody else was hating it, I thought it was a banger right off the bat.
I have said it multiple times on this podcast. I didn't like it at first. Like the first listen to it, it took me probably like 5 listens deep to really get like the flow of what he was doing. And then once I really listened, because in the beginning I didn't even know what the hell he was saying because it sounded like and it's like, wait, what? And like the only part I understood was the Weeknd part when he's like, that boy sound like Thriller. That's always gonna be my, that part I understood, but like that album, that song took a minute for me to get. But like Tussie Slide, it's a great example. Like we just said, he's been dropping bangers, but have any of those songs like really charted? It took Tussie Slide, the worst of the bunch, to get number 1 on the Hot 100.
So all those white girls on TikTok.
But that's why he's so calculated, though. You know what I mean? Like he knows how to play both sides. He'll give you the bangers, and then he'll give you the Tussie Slides just to be like, here's Tussie Slide. Just, here's a single. Have fun on TikTok. It bombed on TikTok technically, but for it to beat The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, that's an accomplishment by itself, man. Like Abel
is a good song.
Yeah, it should be able to beat out Tussie Slide at the end of the day. And I love Drake, but Blinding Lights is a better record than Tussie Slide.
That dude.
Oh yeah, and for that to beat out Blinding Lights, it just shows that this dude is on. We make the comparison with The Weeknd, but I think right now Drake is the Michael Jackson of this generation. I really do think that. I think hit-wise, record-wise, project-wise, and streaming-wise, and like doesn't matter what this dude puts out, it's still going to reach huge numbers. Right now,
I'm actually going to take it a step forward or a step above what you're saying. I'm actually going to be honest. I'm not even just saying this for the slander or just to be like edgy or whatever. This is my honest opinion. I honestly think that Drake is actually a bigger artist right now than Michael Jackson. And honestly, I think just in general, I think he's a better artist. I sincerely do. If you look at his numbers, if you look at Drake's numbers on the charts, the number of hits that he's had, dude, he's had more hits than Michael Jackson and the Beatles. Wherever he drops charts, no matter what, even if it's ass, can Michael Jackson do that? No. And
that dude had a whole album in the charting, like the list of charts. Thriller was in the charts for like almost a decade.
Okay, and look at Take Care. Take Care has been in the top 200 since
200. 100 though. No, I'm not like you're debating with a freaking Drake stand. Obviously, I'm like obviously he probably. I don't know if he's bigger though. Like,
I think he's honestly bigger. Like, look at his following on Instagram, dude.
Well, Michael's dead.
Yeah,
how's Michael gonna make an Instagram?
Well, that's true, but that's actually like another point, like to support my opinion. Back in like the 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever like generation like Michael Jackson was super popular in, didn't have shit to do except for like just like listening to music. Really, you know what I mean?
Dead Michael Jackson has 3.9 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, and Drake probably has like what, like 100, 200 million.
Let me check. I never actually checked.
Champagne.
I mean, he's probably up there with, well, not that much. I thought more, 65.6.
Oh, that's actually a little bit. I thought it was going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Also.
Who has the most? Selena? Good God, dude. Selena Gomez has 173 million followers on Instagram?
She's bomb.
173?
Let's ask Danielle, bitch ass, why?
Why do you keep name dropping? Dude, I'm going to have to edit this. Okay, so anyways, Division, I gave it a 10. I think
she's a fucking big ass bitch. Dude, fuck her. Fucking slut.
Vanessa Hudgens has 38.9. Vanessa Hudgens.
Fuck the baby too, bitch.
Do you agree with the what you said, baby? The baby slander? Do you agree with that? Because people have been slandering him lately.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a the baby fan. I think he's ass. I think all of his songs sound the same. I didn't even listen to his album. I saw it trending on Twitter on the timeline, and people were slandering it. They're like, "Oh, he dropped the same song again for the second year in a row," and then I was just like, I don't even like care. Like I didn't. I honestly I like his voice, but like after his third single, I was just like I knew his pattern.
Yeah.
And there was actually an interview that I saw on the timeline where he said he's the most versatile rapper or versatile artist out there. I'm like, motherfucker, how? The most versatile artist out there is easily Drake. You know what I mean? Easily.
I would say Kendrick too.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Kendrick could mix, like Drake could sing better than Kendrick, but I think Kendrick experiences with like sounds and could rap over beats. I don't think any other rapper could like make that leap. You know what I mean?
I think this is my opinion. I think Drake is gonna, and this is coming from like a Kanye stan, right? And you know this already. Drake is gonna retire. He's never gonna be the best rapper of all time, but he's gonna retire as the best artist of all time. He's already the best artist of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His streaming numbers prove that. His hits prove that. Billboard records prove that. Grammys prove that.
Not that many Grammys.
How many Grammys? I have no fucking idea.
I think he has like
he has a lot. That's for fucking damn sure.
3.
Have you seen his house tour on YouTube? Dude, his house
Embassy
is absolutely amazing. It's a penthouse. He's at the point where he's not even just an artist. You know, he's a playboy. He's a philanthropist.
He's the LeBron of hip hop.
He's bigger than LeBron. He's the Michael Jordan.
Well, if I don't want to. Well, yeah, LeBron's better than Michael. Anyways, I think I'm gonna say LeBron is as big as Drake. Come on, LeBron James.
I would put Drake above Michael Jordan, dude. I mean, sorry, LeBron James in terms of notoriety.
Damn, they almost have like the same number of Instagram followers. That's wild.
If I can be 100% honest, I would, in a heartbeat, I would rather meet Drake than LeBron James.
Well, yeah, me too. At the end of the day, I think I'd much rather meet Drake. That's a good question. Would I rather meet Drake or LeBron?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude! It's fucking Drake, dude. Just imagine like him with his fucking beard and his.
Yeah, but Drake doesn't play for my favorite team.
The Raptors. Even more reason just to slander him. That way he can name drop you in an album.
I would still rather meet LeBron. That way I can get a cut of Rich Paul and Clutch. Okay, so anyways, division. Anyway, now that we're in basketball, we'll go into this next topic. We got 2 more, and then we're gonna end the podcast. I do apologize for us talking way too long on the high school thing. I really did not know that was gonna go longer than expected.
How long have we been recording?
I don't know, but we'll end real quick. KD, he's being propaganda slander right now on Twitter because there's a new book. By the way, I thought it was way too soon to release a Warriors Dynasty book since it just ended less than a year ago. But apparently the KD hate propaganda is going around. And I understand it from the aspect because I saw the same thing happen with Kobe and Shaq. You know, Shaq wasn't a Laker until he came here in free agency. Like Kobe, rest in peace, Mamba. And shout out to the WNBA for drafting Gigi Bryant. That was an awesome moment by the WNBA. Anyways, but like when Kobe was drafted, like we knew he was a Laker. You know what I mean? Like Shaq had a whole other career in Orlando. And it's comparable to when like Shaq left, everybody sided with Kobe. And then when KD ends up going to the Warriors after being in the Thunder, and then he starts getting all the credit instead of Curry, it made sense to me that Warriors fans were like, "No, screw this dude. This was Curry's team before this guy showed up and rode his coattails." Even though, hate to say this to you, Dub Nation, I think Kevin Durant's the better player. I think and before the Achilles, by the way, don't come out with the Achilles. Before the Achilles, I think Kevin Durant was a better player than Steph Curry. Do you think the slander is right, or do you think it's just foul play to attack KD now that he went to Brooklyn with Kyrie?
You know, I just think that honestly, KD's just bitch made. He has bitch in his genes. You know, like he even on his Twitter or on his book. This is just what I was reading on the timeline. He talks about his burner accounts. You know what I mean? Like he talks about responding to fans. That's a bitch thing to do. You're a fucking millionaire, dude. Like you're hurt over like my comments, your comments, some random person comments, dude. Go pay for some pussy. Go to Dubai for a fucking weekend. Enjoy yourself, dude. You have, trust me, you have better things to do than respond on Twitter. But no, he talks about his feelings. He talks. It's just he's going out sad, and I understand.
Why do you care? Like why? Like
Exactly.
book,
And he says that he stands by his decision to join Golden State after they beat OKC. You know, he basically went to a team that eliminated him. You know, he defends.
Beat up 3 games to 1. By the way, I want to mention that.
But then he does this stupid book that slanders.
Well, he didn't do the book.
Huh?
He didn't do the book.
He didn't do the book.
No, a beat writer of Golden State that worked for ESPN, who previously had beef with KD before Durant left, wrote the book.
Okay.
So this is from a reporter's point of view of seeing KD not talk shit about Clay, but like KD, pretty much this dude is like, KD cares so much about social media, like you just said, that he allowed social media to be the reason why he ended up leaving Golden State.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Clay Thompson's dad's on. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you. You're good, bro. I think it was weird in the book, and I don't know if any of this is true. It could be, but that in the book, the guy says that KD was like, would be in his locker room complaining about what other people were tweeting. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar care so much like that. You know, like, that's, to me, a whole different level. And I don't even hate KD for joining the Warriors, to be honest. I don't. I really don't. Because he went and got his rings, and he won his MVPs. It worked. You know what I mean? Like, I can't hate somebody that went to a good team to win champ. Is it bitch made? Yes. Not everybody's Michael Jordan. Not everybody gets to play for a really good team at the right time. You're telling me you would not pick Frisco over Oklahoma? Like, I feel like we talk so much shit about him leaving to the Warriors. I get it. Yeah, it was sketchy. It's kind of an asterisk to his legacy and all that. But he went to the greatest team in the last decade, or not decade, because I still give props to the Lakers in that year. In the last 5 years, when we already saw LeBron join Miami, we've seen LeBron go back to Cleveland to join Kyrie and trade Wiggins for Love. We've just seen Kawhi and Paul George make their own super team with the Clippers. We saw Davis literally force the Pelicans to trade him to the Lakers. I think what KD did was saying, you know what, I'm going to do what I want. I don't really care if they slander me for decades. I want my ring and I want my MVPs. And that guaranteed that he was going to – let's be honest, he was never going to win in Oklahoma City. Never going to win. That's just the honest truth. I don't hate that the players go to a super team. I just don't. Maybe that's an L because a lot of people think they should stick with the teams that they've been on or not join the super teams. Dude, if you want to win a ring, do what you got to do. Get your money, get your bag, go in there and make the best of the situation because you don't have that many. The NBA careers at best case scenario are 20 years. Either you're lucky to be drafted by a premier team like the Lakers. I was going to say the Bulls, but maybe they'll get there again. Or not the Knicks. The Knicks will never be prosperous at all. But you'll be lucky to be drafted by a team that actually cares or gives a rat's ass about winning. Because a lot of these teams, they might care about winning, but then when this starts becoming an issue, all of a sudden they don't start getting the players you want. What other decision did he have? Like, what would you want? Like, I know you've always slandered KD for leaving the Warriors, to go into the Warriors. What would you have rather had KD do?
Join the Lakers.
Why would he go to the Lakers?
Bro, why not? We had the cap space in 2017.
Yeah, but you rather play with D'Angelo Russell than Steph Curry and Klay Thompson?
I'd rather be in LA than in San Francisco. That's for the goddamn sure.
Yeah, but the Bay is still as big as it could be. Look at the Niners. Like everybody always says, "Oh, KD's bitch made for leaving to leaving to the Warriors." Where would you have gone? Please put yourself in that situation. Either 5 more years with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma or Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green in the Bay. I'm picking the Bay every time.
By the way, I'm kind of sad that us, as me specifically, I'm not going to be able to see Russell Westbrook fail again in the playoffs. I'm honestly really disappointed. I really wanted to see him go 2 for 20 from a 3-point line, trying to play hero ball, because James Harden's getting clamped by Joe Ingles. You know what I mean?
He ain't Paul George. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Paul. You know what? I'm going to say this now. I think the Rockets would have beat the Clippers. Yeah.
What?
I think the Rockets would have beaten.
Kawhi could have handled both Russell Westbrook and James Harden easily.
Come on.
Bro, Kawhi took out AD and LeBron James the first game of the year.
Yeah, and then what happened the last game? The most relevant game. Where was Kawhi at? Because all I saw was LeBron running downhill every single time, scoring. Dude, LeBron was in. Dude, that's what pissed. And by the way, I want to make this very clear. The NBA is not coming back. I want to make that very clear. The NBA is not coming back. Stop getting people's hopes up. You had a month to give us some new information. The season ended March 10th. It is April 17th. You know what Adam Silver said today in a damn phone conversation with the owners? Oh, we still don't know anything about the virus. Okay, then stop saying that you're hopeful the season starts, because it's not going to start. I'm telling you right now, the Las Vegas idea is not going to happen because MGM isn't opening anytime soon. Orlando, you want to go to Florida where they just had 1,000+ positive tests, the most of any state in the world or in the United States, or you want to go to Taiwan. Taiwan was a damn option for the NBA. Who the hell wants to watch LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard in Taiwan? I don't want to see that. Just cancel the NBA. Dude, I'm so sick and tired of every single day going on Twitter and seeing, oh, the NBA is hopeful. It might come back. And then Adam Silver saying, I don't know. We don't know anything new. You've had a month to tell us if something has changed. Nothing has changed. It's April 17th. You're telling me that by June, a miracle vaccine is going to come from the sky and help just improve everything? I guarantee you right now, there will not be an NBA season. It's over. I have today officially let it go. I have let go of NBA basketball. I have conceded. I quit. I completely give up. There will not be NBA basketball until 2021. I'm going to throw that out there. And there won't be baseball and there will not be football. I give up. I'm done. The only thing there's going to be is WWE. And that is frustrating. They're going to have a wrestling match. They're going to have a wrestling match on a damn roof. On a roof. And you're telling me there's going to be a basketball game in Taiwan? I just have to get that out there. I've held that in for like the last 3 hours.
I'm gonna grab my charger because my thing's at 1%.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get to the last topic, anyways. Go to it. I'm gonna start explaining the Snyder Cut. So by the time you come back, they'll get the information. I'm sorry for going off right there. I'm so tired of hearing about the NBA coming back. Look, and all the morons that are in Huntington Beach protesting, man, self-entitled, just morons. Like, really, man. Like, what are you accomplishing? All that's going to happen is we're going to be stuck home until freaking 2021. That's what's going to happen. To all the people, we're not going to listen to the governor. Have fun, man. Hey, if you don't want to listen to the governor, then please go help out the hospitals if you think coronavirus is a lie. Please go help assist all the hospitals. I'm 3 claws in. I'm in my bag right now, man. I'm triggered. I've been triggered since 9 a.m. today. Since I went to Target. That's how triggered I've been. And then you hear Adam Silver telling, well, we don't know anything, man. Like, then cancel the season. Just stop getting my hopes up, man. I'm tired of thinking the NBA is going to come back when it's not. I have to watch a wrestling match on top of a goddamn building. Anyways, Snyder Cut. Let's get into it. Justice League. Terrible movie. We agree, right?
Absolutely. That movie was ass. It was a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah, Justice League is a complete mess. Let's be honest. It was directed by 2 different people. But ever since that movie came out, and Orange E will know this, I stand DC because I still believe in the dream. that DC will one day be the most prosperous of the movie companies, but it never will be because they're just dumb. So Justice League comes out, dude. I forced myself to like that movie. I really did. I remember sitting in the theater with certain people, and we're watching the movie. The first scene, CGI'd Superman. In my head, I'm like, it's okay. It's not gonna get worse. It got worse. I remember at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, if you never watched that movie, and if you never watched Justice League, bless your soul, Deathstroke comes out of the in the water and shit. And I remember somebody was sitting next to me and they're like, is that Deadpool? I just watched the worst superhero movie of all time, and you have the absolute disrespect to compare Deathstroke to Deadpool. Dude, that was literally one of the worst. That broke my heart watching that movie. So ever since that movie dropped, everybody was like, the Snyder Cut, the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut's the better version. The Snyder Cut fixes this. The Snyder Cut gives you Green Lantern and Darkseid. The Snyder Cut is the better movie. Aquaman, Jason Momoa said it. The guy who played Cyborg said it. And apparently Warner Brothers doesn't want to release it. My question to you, do you believe in the Snyder Cut? And do you think it would even make that movie better?
If I can be honest, I think that DC has just been doomed for a long time. Their saving grace for a minute was Wonder Woman, but then they brought it back also with Aquaman. Because let's be honest, Aquaman was fucking sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that shit was dope as fuck.
James Wan
absolutely killed that. You know what I mean? But I've never really been hyped for like a Superman movie. And I remember one time you took me to watch Man of Steel, the first one. And I was always like, I always thought, honestly, I think Superman's a whack superhero. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's kind of like lame.
How dare you, man?
I think he's lame for a superhero, And dude, Snyder cannot compete with Kevin Feige, controlling the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, Marvel is just gonna continue to remain on top. And I think it's kind of sad that that DC, like, how that they have their whole thing Justice League like on their DC like streaming app, which is really, really good, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that on DC's own streaming network on their app, you can download it, watch it. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, don't download it because they're moving it to HBO Max.
Yeah, so they're starting like this whole like dark like evil side or whatever, which I think is kind of like sad because they knew that they can't compete with fucking Marvel with like their whole like kid friendly thing with Shazam. So they're starting off this whole new like, oh, let's try to make it a little bit more edgy, a little bit more dark.
Did you like Shazam?
Huh?
Did you like Shazam?
I liked it. You didn't?
I like some of it.
Yeah,
the ending was corny.
Yeah, a lot of it was honestly really cringy, but in a good way. Like, that's my opinion.
It was super bad. It felt like I was watching Superbad again.
Yeah. So I like the fact that like he had like that one scene where he had that kid voice and he was actual hero. Like, I thought that was really, really cringy, but in a good way. Like it entertained me. So it's definitely an entertaining movie. Is it a good movie? No. Am I looking forward to a sequel? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Do I want a sequel? Yes, I would like to see one.
Oh, but what if it has Dwayne The Rock Johnson as the villain?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a badass.
He's playing the villain.
He's
Black
badass.
Adam. I'm hyped for Black Adam. But dude, you're talking about DC Marvel. I'm asking you, do you think the Snyder Cut would improve the movie?
Oh, my bad.
You went into this whole Kevin Feige, freaking Zack Snyder. Like, I was like, no, I'm not asking you that. They're never going to be MCU. Just get, like, everybody that's, like, they can't compete. It's like, I'm trying to think of the comparison, but there really isn't a comparison. It's just MCU has done it the right way for now almost a decade. I forget how long it's been. And we talked about all the MCU marathon when you were going through all your MCU movies. They're never going to get to it. But the thing is, like, a lot of people think that if Zack Snyder releases his version of the movie, that it would be way better than the one that we got in the movies.
Yeah. I think that the movie was just so ass that it's going to be ass no matter what. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't enjoy the movie. I even told you that the only good part about the movie was Wonder Woman. Even Jason Momoa was ass in that movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Aquaman just didn't really like do anything for me. The way that they portrayed him in the movie was kind of weird. Wonder Woman was fucking sick. She was just dope. And now that we're on the topic, I'm absolutely looking forward to the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Going forward with going in space. Love and Thunder, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where Quill,
Captain Marvel.
I don't know about that one. That was a reach, my boy.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know now. Captain Marvel 2, she's gonna introduce the new Avengers.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's just say I might know something.
I think they already introduced the new Avengers with Scarlet Witch, the Black Falcon, or Captain America now, like in Civil War, didn't they? Like when Ant-Man went to go like take the little.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, she's gonna have a bigger role in Captain Marvel 2, and they're really gonna establish the Young Avengers. That's what they're gonna be called.
Young Avengers. Okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna see that in.
So we have the Avengers and the new Avengers with Falcon and the Scarlet Witch, and then now it's the Young Avengers.
Well, that's if I hate to go into spoilers, so spoiler alert. This is just stuff I've been told. It might not end up being true, but sometimes I'm right about this. We'll see if Scarlet Witch even survives the next Doctor Strange movie.
Honestly, I think that she's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really like her character.
She's OP though.
She's absolutely OP.
Damn it. Stop talking about Marvel. We're talking about the Snyder Cut. I just realized that. Like, we went back into the MCU discussion.
Bro, let's just continue.
No. It's Snyder Cut or bust. Are you Team Snyder Cut? Are you biased? Are you
I'm Team Marvel? Fuck Zack Snyder. Justice League was ass.
Dude, you're triggering a lot of people. I'm gonna get a lot of Snyder for that one. I truly do think the Snyder Cut would improve the movie for what I've seen. Plot points that I think that Warner Brothers should have done. I think seeing Darkseid would have added a lot more to that movie. Forget who the villain was, because the villain was two-pack of ass. Steppenwolf, first of all, wasn't supposed to look like that. The reason they changed him is because Warner Brothers thought he looked... The reason why they changed Steppenwolf was because Warner Brothers said he looked originally too scary, anyways, I think they could have added Darkseid. Green Lantern was going to be in it. Batman's arc was it going to be the smiling? Oh, I'm happy to see you. Superman arc. We're going to see Superman in the black suit. If all the things that Zack Snyder has hinted at, Martian Manhunter was going to be in it, I think it would have been the superior movie. The problem with that movie is the fact that they brought in Joss Whedon to direct a movie that was already made, and then he added his things to it, and it became a spin-off of what it was actually going to be. I'm fully on board on Release the Snyder Cut. And I think if Warner Brothers wants to make a bunch of money, release the Snyder Cut, but attach it to HBO Max. Because when HBO Max drops in May or June, one of those 2 months, and by the way, it's going to make a lot of money because everybody's going to still be in quarantine, no matter what the idiots in Huntington Beach in Florida say, and Minnesota. I would attach the Snyder Cut to HBO Max, because HBO Max is already going to have a Green Lantern series. They're already going to have a Justice League Dark series. They're already going to have the Shining spin-off series. You put in a freaking Snyder Cut of Justice League with the real Aquaman, with Darkseid, without Flash looking like a wannabe Spider-Man, because that's what they kind of try to make Flash look like in the Justice League. You have a successful movie there in your hands. I don't think Warner Brothers does it, but I fully am on board on the Release the Snyder Cut click. I think they should definitely do it. I think it's at this point, why not? Like, you've already done so much damage to your own property. What is there to lose? And I think that comes down to Warner Brothers just not wanting to admit that they were wrong.
I think they're just scared of failing to Marvel, honestly, if I can be 100% honest.
Yeah, I mean, you and this god.
No, let's just be honest.
Not Marvel every time. You're like Rory on Joe Budden when he brings up Kanye every time. Forget Marvel. It's nothing to do with the Marvel.
You know what? I just think that you mentioned Green Lantern coming to the HBO show, and I read about that a little bit. You know that one Green Lantern movie with that one comedian.
Ryan
I know
Reynolds.
his name, huh?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, with him was just a two-pack of ass. I think everybody can agree on
That's
that.
terrible.
So like,
And he'll admit to it.
are you actually like hyped for a Green Lantern TV show?
No, because it's attached to Arrow, and I hate the Arrowverse.
Arrow was really, really good in the beginning,
Yeah,
and then like once they introduced Arsenal, his sidekick, it was like pretty whack. And then what was even whacker was that they changed the actor that played him to just do your fucking job, know your role, bro. Come on. Anyways, I'm just sad that
I'm never gonna do a podcast with you.
Sad that it has come to this point because a lot of good shows have been ruined because of this whole new like contract situation. Like Daredevil was a really good show by Marvel on Netflix.
He'll be in Spider-Man.
Huh?
He'll be in Spider-Man.
Yeah, but it's going to be like a new arc. It's not going to be the same arc. They're going to reboot it.
Same actor though.
Same actor, yeah. But I was already emotionally invested, and it was actually trending on Twitter a few.
Well, yeah, but can you blame Netflix for saying, "Forget you guys, we're making a competitive streaming service. Why am I going to be giving you more credit and airing these shows that are getting millions of views?" I don't blame Netflix for it, but look, you're going to see Daredevil back. You'll see. I think they get Punisher and everybody else by 2022.
What I'm trying to say is that the Marvel mini shows or sitcoms or whatever you want to say are better than the DC mini movies or sitcoms, whatever they are, and they're always going to be that way. No matter how much content or unreleased content or director's cuts that they put out.
You're an MCU shill, you know that?
Dude, this is just plot armor, bro.
This is part of your Disney contract, isn't it? Like, you can't slander Marvel at all. Like, you signed it, and they're like, just remember.
You said yourself that Marvel played it absolutely correct, and they did.
What?
That they played the whole cinematic universe the right way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not bringing up Marvel. You're bringing up Marvel. I'm telling you.
I know I am.
Yeah. My point is,
this is what 4 White Clouds does to someone.
I'm slandering Warner Brothers. You keep bringing up Marvel like I'm defending Warner Brothers. I'm saying Warner Brothers dropped the ball and they ruined the DCEU. If they would have just left Zack Snyder do what he wanted to do, no matter if it was wrong or right, and I understand why Warner Brothers did it, but why would you listen to the critics and then do a 360 and then be like, we're going to be exactly like Marvel? That's not what they were saying. They were saying it didn't like your movies because they just didn't get it. You know what I mean? Critics are used to just a certain style of how comic book movies are supposed to be. And MCU has made it that way. But now it's like, you can't just automatically go from Batman v Superman and then try to make Avengers 2.0. You can't have Batman kill people, which I've always been cool with. The Batman stands are like, he can't kill. It's like, I forget it. He can do whatever he wants. He's Batman. The ones that go from like, he can, but
that's my biggest problem with Batman vs Superman was that scene where like they were destroying the whole fucking village. Like, dude, Superman would never fucking do that. And you know that in the comics, in the shows, and all the older movies, bro, he would never do that.
But have we ever seen? Have we ever seen rookie year Superman?
No.
Exactly. We've always seen like prime Superman that's already been Superman for an extended amount of. We've never seen Superman like day one. Like, that dude was a regular person from Kentucky or wherever he was from, or Kansas, and then all of a sudden he's like the god of the world. It's like, of course he's gonna have a little bit of blunders. So when they showed those blunders and everybody was like, "That's not Superman," it's like, yeah, but you never seen him like become Superman. We've already seen him as Superman. And then Batman killing people, it's like, okay, yeah, because they gave us Batman retired already. You know what I mean? Like, it's Batman's like, Robin's dead, Joker's still alive. Why do I care about this anymore? My parents are still dead. They're not coming back to life. Forget it. And everybody, that was Batman v Superman. That's why I love.
God damn.
Well, that's why BVS was so good, because it gave you the characters without them being the monotone like I have like reasons to not do this. Like, no, they were corrupt. And I like that. Like Injustice, the video game. You know what I mean? Like you actually get to see who they actually are. And they did that. And then the critics were like, this is too dark. And then the response was like, okay, let's make Avengers 2.0, call Joss Whedon. Forget Zack Snyder. Like, I think that was the wrong thing to do. They should just let Zack finish the movie and then just leave it at that. If you never wanted to bring him back, fine. But like to have him come in and direct 90% of the movie and then fire him and say, oh, can you please say it's because you had a family emergency, and then bring in Joss Whedon so he could direct the rest of the movie, it was just bad practice. I think hashtag release the Snyder Cut should happen and shall happen if Warner Brothers wants to make a boatload of money. I don't see what they have to lose at this point. I don't think it conflicts with anything. You know what I mean? Because like Ben Affleck's never going to be Batman again. They already recasted him.
I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I've said this on multiple occasions.
I'm done with you on this podcast. You don't rank the Vision. You bring up the MCU. You just slandered the greatest Batman of all time.
Yeah, Christian Bale. You didn't mention Christian Bale.
Because he wasn't the greatest Batman of all time. He got lucky the villains carried him for 3 movies.
How dare you?
Ra's al Ghul in the first one, Batman Begins. Liam Neeson carried his ass. Heath Ledger, Dark Knight, carried his ass.
Is it his fault? It's not his fault that he has an amazing supporting cast.
Freaking Ben Affleck had a great supporting cast. Are you talking Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot?
I just don't like Batfleck. I thought he was a 2-pack of ass. He actually didn't help the Superman versus Batman. Is my opinion.
He saved his mom.
Fuck his mom.
Okay, we're ending the podcast right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 15 of Hollywood Uncensored. Now I know what happens when Orange E is 4 White Claws in. There's a lot of slander on this episode. There's a lot of earmuffs. So if my sisters are trying to listen to this podcast, Pops, I advise you to not let them listen to this podcast. Probably not best for their learning, especially since they're not going back to school anytime soon. As for the NBA, cancel the season. I'm tired of it. Just end it. WWE, I'm going to talk about that on Wednesday. Me and Orange will be back on Monday. Monday we're going to be talking about Michael Jordan and the last, what's called The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Edwin are going to be, my bad. Me and Orange, you see, now we're 1-1 because you name dropped me last week, so we're 1-1. Me and Orange will be talking about Michael Jordan's Last Dance documentary that will be airing on ESPN this Sunday. And then this Thursday, we will be doing not a live reaction. It won't be live, but it will be a reaction podcast to the NFL Draft 2020. So you'll be getting a podcast Monday and Thursday instead of Monday and Friday for next week, and then we'll go back to regular schedule. Subscribe, a little bit different this time. We're going to start it off with a question. Usually we end the podcast with questions, but this week we only got one, unfortunately. So as always, send your questions to me on Instagram. You can follow your boy on Instagram at Hollywood Holguin. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. I'm on there. Orange needs to make one, though, just to solidify himself on Twitter. I know you got one of those troll accounts around there, but you got to make like an official one, my boy.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I'm gonna make one and make sure you guys follow me at Orange E.
I would be shocked if nobody has that name.
Yeah, honestly, so am I. But I'm probably gonna spell it like E. You know what I mean?
Oh, with like extra E's, or like you're gonna make the E
with like extra E's or some shit.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to, because imagine if nobody has Orange E, I would be absolutely just actually put the orange emoji and see what happens, because I would actually be more lit if you could do that. Anyways, the first question we got, though, or the only question we got for this podcast is, what was the worst mistake you ever made when you were in high school? You want to start off, or do you want me to take this one?
I'll go ahead and do it.
Okay, go for it, brother.
So there is this girl that I dated in junior high, and like in the summer of freshman year going to sophomore year, we dated for a little bit.
I already know where you're going with this.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say her name just for the sake of the story. Her name was Laura, right? Laura Yorba, and this is at Kennedy High School in La Palma, in Orange County, California.
Like you're La Palma, Orange County.
Yeah, being specific. And whatever, like we end up breaking up freshman year during summer she calls me. She's like, hey, she basically tells me she wants to break up, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like it's summer, like I don't really care. Like I just spent my whole time like I was a free kid basically freshman year. I didn't care. Whatever. Sophomore year comes around, and I see her walking around campus, and I'm kind of like ignoring her because I don't really care. Like I didn't love her. Like it was just like it was like a high school thing. I knew it
Yeah, it's
wasn't
like a
gonna be
fling.
forever. Exactly. Whatever. Um, Probably like midway through the semester, she gives me a note. Like I'm coming out of the bathroom. She's like waiting for me to come out of the bathroom, and I was like, okay, what the hell? She gives me this note. She basically writes on there like, hey, let's cut the beef.
The
I don't
beef.
have any beef. Yeah, let's cut the beef. Like I don't have any beef with you. Let's amend whatever our relationship is and let's leave it at that. I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever. Like a month passes. She gives me her phone number. Like, randomly, I'm in the library and I'm with her cousin. His name was Martin. Do you remember him?
Yeah, little dude.
Yeah, the little dude. His name was Martin. So I was with Martin, and I guess the way she found me was she texted Martin to be like, "Yo, is Edwin still with you?" And then Martin's dumbass, he's like, "Yeah, we're at the library." I'm like, "Motherfucker! Like, why would you do this to me?" Like, he knows like our relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then whatever, she gives me her phone number, and then like I'm hearing like whispers around campus that she's like a hoe, that she's hooking up with this dude. She used to hang out with like the popular kids, like in high school. So like right in front of the egg where we were at, she would hang out in the little benches. Remember? She would
Yeah.
hang out literally right in front of us, which is really weird because I would always see her during our lunch or break, whatever. And so I was hearing that she was hooking up with this dude that she was friends with. So I was like, man, like screw this girl. Like I'm not gonna be your sloppy seconds or Eskimo brothers with this kid. Um, so I was like, right, so whatever. And I'm thinking like, what's the most savage thing that I can do? So I'm thinking like to my head, like, should I just play with her? But I'm like, nah, she's not really worth it. So what I do is I end up giving you her phone number and asking you to text her. And I'm being like, yo, like you just take over for it, just pretend like you're me, or just blah blah blah, whatever. And I don't remember exactly what you said. But basically, she tells me, like, she texts me probably like a few hours later. She's like, fuck you. You're an asshole. I never liked you. Like, this and that. I'm like, dude, you're going out so sad right now. They gave me your phone number. And just because I made you look like an idiot, you're saying all this stupid shit. Like, but I regret doing that just because I could have got laid straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
She was on you for real, dude. Like she was really into you. You could tell, like she stalked you big time. And you could tell she vibed with you. That's why I never understood. I was like, dude, it's there. Like, why are you like not like I get the whole Eskimo brother aspect, but like in that grade, you should have just went all in for it. I remember I just got the message from you wanting me to do that just because I was bored out of my mind, and I'm like, I got nothing better going on. This is freshman year or sophomore year?
sophomore year.
Okay, yeah. So sophomore year for me was probably the most boringest year of high school. So that's why I was probably like, I got nothing else better to do, other than messing with Darkesh. Sorry for the name drop. That was the one that we would mess with the most in high school. And oh well, Alex. Well, let me have some clarity there. So me and him went to high school together. Just some clarity. We went to Kennedy, as you said, name dropped to Palma and all that shit. But we went there and it was okay. I didn't hate Kennedy. They just had some people there that were kind of whack. But at the end of the day, I think that story is always funny because I'm just like, I don't know why you were so like not so against it. Because I remember Andre. I just name dropped Andre. He doesn't deserve the plug. He doesn't deserve the clout, man. I know Andre was always like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Like, even Andre was like, I'll do it. But then there was like, Andre, you never get any bitches. So what the hell are you talking for? That was just facts. Like, he never got any, dude. You would hang out with them, but you would never see him do anything with any of them. That's why I made us question some certain things, which were like, hey, man, we're cool with it if you're that way. I don't really care. Like, no problem, because you were just that kind of guy.
Yeah, so that was like my whole thing. Like back then, like I'm way different now, but back then, like I literally I just didn't really care that much about girls. Like yeah, I was into them, but I was like, man, I don't really care. Now it's like total opposite. Now I'm just like, yo, I gotta be talking to like 5-10 different girls. Like I gotta be, you know how I am. So you seen the DMs.
Well, yeah,
But,
we weren't in the future toxic bag yet. Like if future would have been around then, man, can you imagine? Like we would have been as toxic as we are now. We would have just been in the bag at that moment. The worst thing or the biggest mistake I ever made, Man, there's a lot, dude. There's like a lot of list of things I can go through. For me, freshman year was super boring. Sophomore year was pretty boring. Sophomore year, though, your boy got into a couple of scuffles here and there that were kind of could have been avoided. But you know, when you got friends that are pushing you towards it, kind of just happens at some points.
And Gabriel.
Yeah, I remember, dude. The first fight I ever got to at Candy wasn't even about me to begin with. Some little freshman asshole walks by our locker rooms in PE, and Ryan calls him a bitch, and then like the guy gets mad at me, and I'm like, okay, I get that you're a freshman, you're trying to like stand up to the big guy, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? And he just kept running his mouth. He was probably like 5'2", man. And I'm like 6 something. And I was like, I don't want to do this. But then Gabriel and Andre are out there be like, you got to do it, man. You got to do it for your pride. And I'm like, what pride? I'm like, I don't care, dude. They kept pushing it, man. And they kept pushing. By the way, this isn't my biggest mistake. I'm just giving you backstory of this experience. I end up walking up to this kid on lunch with like 6 or like 10 people behind me because they were just pushing it and pushing it. Me and this kid talk back and forth. He starts talking more shit. I talk more shit back. I walk away because I'm like, this is stupid. Nothing's going to happen. He's not going to do anything. I don't really want to do anything. I don't really want to get my ass kicked by my mom because that was my biggest thing as always, man. I didn't want my mom to whoop my ass. Like, I didn't care about fighting. It was just like, I could just hear my mom yelling at me. And that's what I wanted to avoid the most out of everything else that could happen. So we go back to our spot. And our spot at Kennedy was this golden egg that they had. It looked like a big pile of shit, but whatever, they called it the golden egg. So we all get back there. And here comes Andre's little bitch ass running back. Like, oh man, he's talking shit about your mom. And that for whatever reason triggered your boy. And I come to find out like weeks later that the kid never even said anything about my mom. That Andre just made it up because he knew that would trigger me to get a response to beat the hell out of this kid. And that's literally what ended up happening. He comes telling me that. Gabriel looks at me and I'm like, I go storming back up, clocked him, and then just the rest of the thing happened. I know I busted his eyebrow open because he bled over my white t-shirt, and then it was just craziness after that. And then literally probably like 3 months later, I get involved again in another beef that isn't mine with oh man, we're just name dropping. We're just name dropping on this episode. Remember Daniel Lewis?
Daniel and Angel?
Yeah, remember that beef that they had with some other people, which I won't name drop them, but they're like they had gone to a fight. Yeah, they got into a fight in the park the day before. I heard about it. I got involved. Yeah, I got involved. They started whooping on Daniel.
One of my favorite stories with Justin just coming up with his bat to Arnold Park or whatever park it was.
It was
hilarious.
Yeah, it was a sketch situation. Somebody showed up. It was just crazy. So the next day at school, though, Daniel's like, I'm going to confront this kid. And it's like, okay. Me just being the delinquent that I was, an idiot that I was at the time, was like, I got your back. Why? I never even liked the kid to begin with, but I was like, I still got your back. He starts getting his butt whooped, dude. Like, I mean, he gets ragdolled. He gets like slammed into like that garden thing that they used to have at Kennedy, where like all the trees. He gets slammed in there, and for whatever reason, something just snapped at me, and I go in there and tackle, like, just spear the hell out of the guy that's beating him up, and then his friend jumps in, and then I end up fighting the both of them, and Daniel takes off running. So that was probably like one of the dumbest decisions I made, but not the stupidest. The stupidest though. Sorry for all the backstory, but I just want to get you guys to know all the shit that we went through in high school. It was almost like a CW series at some point of our lives. And there was other ones. I will mention certain people that I wasted time on in junior year because they may or not be following me on social media, and if I do post this, I'll probably get triggered about it.
No, before we go there, I want to know, and I think the viewers want to know, since we're on the topic of high school. We never actually covered this story. You said that we were going to cover it on our last episode. I don't think we got to the topic. But now that we're on this topic, there was a situation that you actually mentioned in a private conversation about someone in our group seeing someone else's sidekick or someone else's phone.
Oh, okay. So sidetrack.
And this is. And you said that we stole the phone, and I said we. What do you mean we, motherfucker? Like I didn't steal the phone. I honestly I do not remember this at all. Like
it was a 3-man job.
So easy. So when he said that, I helped conspire against someone that I thought was my friend at this time. I'm just shocked.
He was the homie. He was the homie. We just took advantage of the situation because we're assholes back then. Like it was just one.
So say what happened.
Okay.
How did you conspire against him?
Okay. This sidetracking. I'll get to what I was gonna say earlier. But so this is sophomore year, and one of our friends, did I already say his name?
Arkesh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's make sure. Our friend Arkesh. He probably had the best phone out of all of us, which was a sidekick back then. And for whatever reason, Andre wanted it. And I'm like, get your own. But he was like, no, I wanted to at least like play with it for the day. And I'm like, okay. And for whatever reason, Arkesh too, dumbass, why would you give your phone to somebody? And for literally the whole day, like that's the worst decision he made from the beginning, especially giving it to Andre. So Andre takes the phone and like it gets passed between me and you for some periods. And then it comes back to you. And then you give it back to Andre. And then Andre gives it back to me. And I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? He's like, just go home with it. And I'm like, dude, you know, like he's like our friend. I kind of mess with Arkesh. Like that dude's cool. He's like, no, you just go. I'll pick it up in the morning. So then you guys come up with this. Well, maybe not you, but I think it was mostly Andre's. Like, because Andre was mad. That dude, he got us all in trouble so many times. Anyways, he conspires with us, and like you two are gonna distract them somehow at the end of the school day, and I'm just gonna go home. Which I'm like, okay. I felt so bad about this, man. So I end up going home with the sidekick, and I see like Andre like doing like almost a circus act to like distract Arkesh. And I'm like, man, this is savage. Like, I don't even want this thing. I had my own phone, and I'm like, I don't know why I have it. It was a beautiful phone, but back then the sidekick was lit. The sidekick was really dope. If you had a sidekick, you're killing the game at that point, especially in high school and sophomore year. Arkesh was killing it, dude. We thought he was rich. So I go home with this phone, and like I'm just messing around with it. And man, did I find some things that I cannot say on this podcast. Let's just say Arkesh was a freak, man. Like that dude had some demon, some boundaries, man, that I was like, damn, dude. Like he's always seemed like the quiet, cool kid. But that day when I took the sidekick, it was like, it was just bored because I had it on my position. I'm messaging Andre off the sidekick because Andre had a phone too. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing with this phone? He's like, don't worry, man. I'll come in the morning and I'll get it. So lo and behold, I go through the phone, obviously, because I'm bored. Found some stuff, found some files that were saved. My boy bookmarked a whole bunch of things. And then Andre shows up the next day at my house at 7 a.m, knocking. I go answer it. He's like, you still got the sidekick? I'm like, of course I got the sidekick, man. Where am I going to go? And he's like, I thought you went to his house. I'm like, I'm not going to go to his house. I'm like, give Andre the sidekick, and then Arkesh shows up the next day pissed, dude. He's like, where is it? Like just mad. And like he's telling people he's gonna mess up Andre. Andre's not sweating it. Me and you are kind of just laughing about it. He's not gonna tell me anything because obviously, you know, it wouldn't make sense for him to come after me. So he knew Andre was like behind the whole thing. So
He
I
knew.
didn't have it. Yeah, he knew. Like, well, he knew that he originally gave it to Andre first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Did he know that I had it?
No, I don't think he did, but he knew I had it because Andre was just the type of guy that would sell you out whenever like danger approached his way. So come to find out that he thinks I have. He comes up to me really nicely. He's like, hey man, I just want my sidekick back. Like I'm not trying to start anything. I'm like, dude, I swear I did have it and I apologize for that. I was like, but Andre's the one that has it still. And it's like, and if I'm you, I'm trying to get it because this dude's probably gonna pawn it off the first chance he gets. And then it just became a whole thing the whole day because you just keep hearing like the noises, and then me being the dick I am, I'm kind of pushing Arkesh to just start shit with Andre because I'm like, I'm down to see it. I'm that kind of toxic person back then. I was a real idiot in high school. But anyways, I'm trying to push him too. I'm trying to push two of my good friends at the same time to beef over a sidekick. But anyways,
Andre. You consider Andre back in that day a good friend, honestly?
Yeah, because he would show up to my house every morning, man.
All right. Anyways, sorry, continue.
Oh, no, I was probably closer to him than Ryan at the time. Rossi, my bad. But like we were close, but like we were cool. Like he would always show up in the morning and always be like chill with me and walk and stuff. Plus like freshman year was like when it was me, him, and Gabriel a lot of times. But anyways, nobody even knows who those people are. But so Arkesh confronts Andre at lunch, and we're like, oh man, like this is gonna go down because Arkesh has been like saying if he doesn't give it to me, I'm literally just gonna throw a left. And in my head, I'm like, I've never seen any of you guys fight, and I hardly think you guys can fight to begin with. But this is going to be great because it's going to be midget fighting, the closest we'll ever get to seeing midgets fight. And like always, Andre, in his toxic ways, just gives him back the phone and apologizes. Like, hey, sorry, I didn't even know I had it. And I'm just like, dude. And Arkesh just takes it and walks away. And I'm like, that was probably the stupidest thing we did on that year. For that year, you were kind of just like whatever about it. It was kind of more like Andre peer pressure because Andre was the king of the peer pressure, and he would just somehow that dude was like able to convince people to do the stupidest things. And I was kind of happy when they took him out of Kennedy and they put him to those other schools because he had to like bounce back or some shit. But yeah, that was one thing that happened that was dumb. But back to my original story. Now again, did a lot of stupid things in high school. The stupidest and dumbest mistake, again, other than wasting time with certain people. Now that I think about it, like you with the that girl situation, I'm like, man, dude, if I just would have done things so much different, I probably could have met a lot more people. Instead of wasting my time with certain people that ended up being really shitty. And I'm not saying they're shitty now. So if you listen to this and you take that as a shot, it's not directed at you. Now it's directed to you, to the person that you were at Kennedy junior year. That's like a whole story, but I'm never going to get into it because I'm never going to name drop that situation. Anyways, dumbest thing I did. So this is a junior year. I had English 6th period. And this is about the times when I was like smoking cigars for whatever reason. I had one in my binder. I go to my English class. I dump my binder on my desk, which like I always did every day. And I would walk to the outside just to hang out with like Rossi and Dom and Arkesh and some other people that I'm not friends with anymore, but used to be. And I would have to walk by a certain person that, depending on the day, I would either really like or really hate, because that's a kind of...
Yeah, I was in her class.
Yeah, I would have that toxic, thing with her. So depending on this, anyways, I drop the binder down. I go outside. I don't think anything big of it, right? I come back into the classroom because this class is about to start. I hated that class. There were so many people in that class I hated. But anyways, we get into that classroom. I sit down, and you could just kind of feel that something was off because like the teacher's not talking or anything. Like the bell already rang, but she's like murmuring or like whispering with her like her student teacher or whatever the hell, because there was 2 of them. And I'm sitting there, and here comes Papa Reed. I don't know if you remember him. Comes with his golf cart, and usually when he gets there, it's just to pull somebody out. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who got in trouble, because I'm like, I doubt it's for me. And so he pulls up, and by the way, there's some rumors about that guy, but I won't get into that. There's some dark rumors about that guy, but that's stories that I've heard for a long time, man. So he pulls up, points at me, and I'm like, me? I'm like, what do you mean me? I get up, he takes me, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm trying to figure out, what did I do this time? Because, like, man, like, they would get me for stupid stuff, dude, like baggy jeans, a baggy jersey, because I used to wear Cortez. I used to dress really stupid back in the days, like, really, really stupid. I literally had no style, but they would still, like, be like, you can't wear this, you can't wear that. Plus all the fighting and on my records, it made it seem like I was, like, a terrible person, at the time. On their campus, the guy hated me, or whatever the vice principal was, or whatever the hell his name is, in the suit. I forget who it was. We called him Mr. Clean or Senior Clean.
That guy was dope.
No, this guy came in after like you left.
Oh, so not the Mexican dude, probably someone else.
No, it was just some other guy that was there that just did not like me. Like he would, I would just walk to the bathroom. He would call me out because he would be like monitoring like the field or whatever. So he just didn't like me or just. Anyways, they pull me into his office. I get there, I sit down, and he pulls out the freaking cigar, man, and I'm like, oh shit.
From your backpack?
No, it was in my binder. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how the hell does he have this? What just happened? Because I had it firmly in my binder. Somehow it got out. Somehow they saw it. I'm thinking maybe the teacher opened it by accident and, like, saw it there. So anyways, they start, like, they pat me down to see if I have a lighter. I don't. They immediately call my mom, which that's, again, biggest fear. I get 3 days of on-campus suspension, which is the worst thing you could ever get because it's the most boringest experience of my life, man. You're literally sitting in a room for the whole school day and another hour of detention. It's literally sitting there in silence, doing nothing but reading a book or writing down sentences the whole day, man. And so I got 3 days of that. Anyways, besides the point, the reason why that's probably the dumbest mistake is that now I think about this every few months. I shit you not. Sometimes I'm laying in bed and this story will come into my brain, and I'm like, why did I not just deny it? Because I didn't have to take the hit on it.
What do you mean?
I come to find out, I get out of there, get out of the office after this guy scolded me for like 30 minutes. I get out, I go to the stupid egg. Here come 2 of my friends who are in the same class. They come to me, and they're like, what happened? And I tell them, they found me with the stupid thing I had in my binder. And they're like, yo, man, somebody snitched you out. And I'm like, what do you mean somebody snitched me out? So a little bit of more backstory here. There's a guy in that classroom that me and him kind of had like a low-key beef. Like we were already sending shots to each other, like low-key, but not like all the way out over a girl. It's always over a girl. It's stupid shit like that. But like I heard he was talking shit about me. I was sending shots back. His friends were talking shit about me. Rossi hated him too, so it was just not hated, but just disliked. Hate's a strong word. It was just shots back and forth. So apparently, what had happened, and this is from like 3 confirmed sources. I guess when I put the binder down, the stupid cigar fell out and rolled under my desk, but nobody saw it roll under my desk. It was just under my desk. This dude decided to take it upon himself to like point it out and be like, "Oh no, that's his." So when I found that out, I was like, damn, man, I could have literally said, why is that mine? I don't have a lighter. It's in your school system that I had asthma at one point. There's an inhaler there. So I obviously can't smoke. Yeah. So I could have really fought that, man. I was so triggered over that. That was probably one of the stupidest things. Cause I'm just like, first of all, I should have beat the hell out of that kid. And I should have been probably like.
You should have beat his ass, but because that stupid bitch, you didn't. I never would understand why.
No, because at that point they had like eyes on me.
At this point, I was still going to that school when this happened. I think I left like a month after that.
Yeah, no. The reason why I didn't at the end of the day is because they were watching me like hardcore at this point. Because this was like,
bro, it was because of her. Don't lie.
No, it really wasn't, dude. Because the reason what happened is that this dude would like book it right after school ended. Right after that happened. Because right after it happened, I remember I told somebody, like, tell him now it's on. You know what I mean? And again, this is stupid high school drama. And, like, I remember, like, he kept avoiding, like, completely. But it was just one of those things right now. I swear, dude, every now and then that story creeps into my head. And I play that situation, like, in my head. And I'm like, man, I could have just done it so much different. Not a big story, because, I mean, I just got, like, 3 days of OCS. It's not, like, the end of the world. But, like, in my head, I'm like, why didn't I just say it wasn't mine? Because I could have done that. And then I should have still beat the hell out of that kid because he had beef with me. And then he ended up like hurting that girl too, which made me like, told you. Should have listened to me. But it's like.
Honestly, that teacher also, she was fine.
Which one?
The English teacher that we had.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, she was like young. She had like, I think burgundy, like brownish hair. She was white, like had like I remember she had like this like mole, like somewhere like right here, like on the side of her face. Do you remember that? She was beautiful.
I don't remember. I just know I hate it. She didn't ever.
Miss Holly.
Oh yeah.
Year. Dude, I don't know why, but Miss Holly had it going on, dude. She did. Miss Holly.
The only one that thought that, man. I literally never heard anybody else say that until you brought it up.
Bro, Miss Holly was a MILF. Shout out Miss Holly, dude.
Cute, man. Like hit her up now. Hit her up on the Insta. No, but yeah, high school was crazy, man. Junior year definitely was probably the worst and the best year for me. Just because like more shit happened that year. Which like I was like, cool. Like it wasn't boring, but like so much stuff happened. Junior year when I look back to it, I probably should not have wasted as much time as I did on certain individual, which we are not going to name drop. But it was a fun year though. I had fun that year. Senior year was a snooze fest.
For the sake of the viewers, I'm gonna take it here now that I have 3 White Claws inside of me. But the host and I actually had a fallout junior year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually over, or for me, it wasn't over a girl, but
it was presented that way for me in my defense.
The host was presented that it was over a girl. So a little bit of backstory. This girl that will remain unnamed.
I was about to say, don't name drop because I know you. You name drop everybody, so don't name drop.
This is the only person I'm not gonna name drop.
Okay.
This girl that would remain unnamed. Her and I had a class. I forgot in what grade, but we had a class together. It was a geometry class, and I remember she gave me her phone number. Sophomore year, whatever. And I gave it to you, right? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And I gave it to him. I gave it to your host, guys. I gave it to the host of the show. I didn't even take it. Like, I didn't save her phone number. I didn't, like, hit her. I never texted her, nothing like that, right? And I honestly, if I can be 100% honest, I never found her attractive. Like, you know what my type is?
Yeah.
You know exactly what my type is. And even back then, I had the same type. and she didn't fit the archetype for me. Whatever. I guess she was spreading these rumors that I was talking to her or flirting with her or doing this and that. And I'm literally like, I just don't even like say anything because I'm like, and I would always tell you like, dude, like I don't know why you're like supporting this person.
It was so petty from her part, just like to throw this out there too, that you guys would walk the same way because you would have to walk the same way. And she would present it, not just to me, but to like multiple people. Oh yeah, he walks me to my car. Yeah, that's like what those things, again, me stupid in high school, and my stupidity in high school had to do with a lot of things that was going on in like real life back at home and stuff. So I was very triggered and angry at that time, that version of me. 16, 15, we do stupid shit and we think stupidly. And I was thinking very stupidly back then. But she was just like presenting it in a way where it's just like, whoa, like, what are you talking about? Like, he's the homie, he would tell me one thing and then she would tell me a different thing. And then her friends, because there were like sheep, would agree with her. And it would just be like, what? Like, at that point, I'm just already looking for a fight anyways. So it was like a perfect like storm. And I think she knew what she was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me just continue with the story where I was. So just to counteract that, because I don't think I've ever addressed this before until now on a pod. I had to move school districts, sixth, fifth grade, because my mom and my parents, they split. So I moved from the Fullerton school district, and I'm living in Fullerton now, and I had to go to the La Palma district. That's where my mom lived, blah, blah, blah. So the way that it was set up was my dad would pick me up, my biological dad would pick me up from like a gas station. I was in the corner of like where that Ralph's was or whatever. Do you remember the gas station I'm talking about? So I guess Danielle's car.
By Kennedy, right?
Yeah, right there in the corner where the gas station is. So I would have to walk over there to get picked up.
They would walk the same way, which like in my head that made sense in the beginning. Which I'm like, he has to walk that way. I walked the other way. I wasn't gonna walk one way and then walk the other way back. It just didn't make sense for me. I never did that. I guess that's why she did it too, because I found out like she was mad that I didn't walk her.
Right.
Her whole thing was like, he walks me, and I'm just like, okay.
Anyways, whatever. Like I'm just hearing all these whispers, and I'm just like, I don't even care, because like I said, I didn't care about like this girl named Laura. I didn't care about this girl named Danielle. I didn't care about this other girl that I was talking to. Oh fuck, my bad. You can edit that part out. This is the third one I've had today, so my bad. Forgive me. You know how I get when I start drinking. And there's this other girl that I was talking to at the same time. She was a grade younger than me in my earth science class with Andre. I think her name was Marlene or Marlene.
Andre's the whole problem of everything that ever happens.
Yeah. So and she was all over me. I just didn't care. So like I would always tell you these things. I just never knew why it wouldn't click with you. Like everyone's not the type of person. Like I just didn't care. It came to this point where actually some of my friends actually thought that I was a homosexual. There was this guy named Nash.
Yeah, you're going deep cuts today. You're like,
no, well, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. There was this friend that we had named Nash, and he thought I was a homosexual, and he spread his rumor around campus where I was a homosexual.
Did he spread it?
You can attest to this.
I don't remember that.
Like I don't remember. Like I don't care. Like I just didn't care. Like you want to think I'm gay? Like okay, that's.
I don't even remember. I thought that was Andre that spread that.
Or Andre. It was probably the both of them, because you know how they were like.
Yeah. Like my recollection of Nash is very limited. So maybe it was him, because he was always starting shit. I mean, we had him there for like 6 months, and he was just always involved in stuff that was sketch. Anyways, just freshman year. But yeah, I don't know. I know that was a rumor. I know it spread because we were a very small circle, anyways. But I remember that was a conversation. I don't know why they cared so much about that, but they for whatever reason that was like the topic, and I'm just like, I just want to talk about the Lakers. And they're just like, oh, we got to talk about Edwin. It's like, dude, like, what do you care?
And I never cared, you know me. Like, I was just always like, whatever about things. Junior year comes, and I have this issue with Arkesh. I don't remember what the issue was, if I can be more honest. Do you remember what the issue was?
I don't remember, but I know that you guys had like a beef. And it was like, I don't remember the beef. That was one of those things where I'm like, again, yeah, I think I go back to Andre, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to have been because of Andre, because
I'm gonna call this episode "Exposing Andre."
our cash and I at the time were actually like really good friends. Him and I
we're
were like
everybody.
yeah, like and Andre and I were really good friends as well. Like we will kick it with each other. And I don't know what happened with you or where the conversation started with you, but like I promise you, I was actually going to fuck Arkesh up. Like I literally met to the spot where we always meet up that next day after I tell him I'm gonna fuck him up. And I meet him there, and he wasn't there. And I told him that I wasn't gonna be there. He never showed up to that spot, right? Whatever. That day passes, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna get him the next day. But I'm gonna get him like before school starts. I'm gonna fuck him up before school starts. But you text me somewhere in between, either it's after school or before. I don't exactly remember when exactly, but you text me somewhere between. You're saying, I'm gonna fuck you up about whatever, because you're talking to Danielle.
It literally just hit me all right now.
Huh?
It just hit me all right now.
What happened?
There's this. Okay, yeah, okay. So
let me finish. Like what I'm talking about. And then,
no, but the Arkesh thing just came back to me.
So you text me that, and I'm just like, all right. I don't think I responded to you. I think I don't think I even responded to you. So I go to this girl Danielle, like I think that day, and I'm just like, dude, like what the fuck is going on with Joseph? And she's telling me like, oh no, don't worry about it. Like, this and that.
Name dropping. I'm not gonna edit that much, dude. I refuse.
This girl tells me, she's like,
this girl doesn't matter now. You already said it. Just say it now.
Danielle, she says, oh, like don't worry about it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like nothing's gonna happen. And I'm just like, he's telling me like he's gonna fuck me up because I'm talking to you. Like you're telling these people that I'm talking to you and I'm not. Like, what's the deal? She does this whole thing where she's gonna protect me or whatever.
Which adds more like she was the type that would add more like coil to the fire than try to help the situation. So now her whole thing is like, okay, now I have, in her head, it was like now I have like two guys going at it. You know what I mean?
Right. And it came to the point where I just didn't even care. Like I was just like, I don't even care that much about Arkesh. I don't care that much about Andre. I don't care about you. First of all, like Danielle. I don't care about the beef with Joseph. So I was just like, you know, this isn't worth it for a beef that is fake, phony, that I never even started. So I'm just gonna dip schools. Like I'm not gonna get like fucked up for no reason, for a reason I don't even care. You know what I mean? Like about. Like, that was literally my mindset. And I was all through high school. I just didn't give a fuck. And I was like, you know what? I'm dipping, bro. Like nothing is worth what I'm going through right now in the past 2 days. And then that was the end of it. You know, we didn't talk for like a good 3-4 years.
Yeah. It was one of those situations. I remember the whole thing that like really pushed it was like Arkesh was beefing with you. And like the Danielle thing, for whatever reason, was like gaining steam because I don't want to like throw people under the bus, but there's like other people bringing that up too. You know what I mean? Like kind of being like, you see how Edwin is, you know what I mean? Type of thing. Because I was in the part where I was like, why are you guys fighting again? I was like, I mean, I'm always down to see it at that time. So I'm like, if you guys are going to go for it. And he kept saying Arnold Park, which is another name drop or whatever. And you're like, okay, let's do it there. I don't remember the reason why exactly. I still don't. I might have to ask him. He probably doesn't remember either. But that was one of those things. Like, he didn't show up, right?
He didn't show up. No, I was there. And I was always 100% down to fuck him up.
Okay.
I was just like, what the
I
fuck?
remember now, we were at the freaking car wash. And that's when things started like, it was more of like a manipulation for me to be like the one to take over for his shit. And them use her thing as like, oh man, you should be the one to do it. He's got more beef with you than me. He's the one that's backstabbing you and stuff like that. And then her kind of not like disagreeing with it. You know what I mean? Like you would think she would kind of be like, that's not what it is. You're tripping. You know what I mean? Her thing was just like, well, he does walk me to my car and, you know, he does talk to me a lot. But she did that with, trust me, after you left, she did that with like 2 or 3 other people. And after like the third one, which was stupid because I should have caught on after the first one. But after the third one, I was like, okay, you're just full of shit. Like, I get it. You want somebody to fight over you like it's a damn princess and a prince thing. And like the whole fairy tale thing is not going to happen. The only person that's getting like is losing here is me, because now I'm losing friends and now I'm getting in trouble and now I'm going into OCS and now I got beef with like 5 different people in the span of like 4 months over you. I'm like, come on. I should have saw that from the beginning, but I didn't, because again, I was just angry in general. It wasn't targeted at anybody really. It was just I was just mad already. As
I always thought you were. I always low key thought you had like a target on my back all through high school, even like in freshman year. If I can be 100% honest,
Dude,
I always thought you kept tabs on me.
I had a target on everybody's back. I know I got mad. I got mad at Andre all the time, and everybody. Gabriel. I had Justin. Remember Justin?
Yeah, I'd be with Justin.
Dude, yeah, I'd beef with he would talk a lot of like shit and tell me like I wasn't down to do certain things, and like it ended up being like beef between me and him because he tried to. It was just I was just mad, dude. Like in general, wasn't mad at the people around me. I was just like the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, which I'm not gonna get into, was just enough for me to just be like angry, and that's what like I couldn't like really at that time reciprocate or handle those certain situations. I was such an idiot that like if some female at the time, which I thought like at the time was love and shit, was telling me things, I fell for it because I'm like, oh, she like cares about me. She never. Okay, now I'm exposing her like way too much. She was cool sometimes. I don't want to completely bury her. She was cool sometimes. She kind of screwed that up for me, and I should have seen that. Should have been the first sign, to tell me like get away from this person.
To get away from me?
No, from her.
Oh, from her.
Like that should have been the first sign for me to be like, this chick's a waste of time. Let's pull that tape back and move on to somebody else. And I had so many opportunities to move on, and I did it. And that was just a stupid decision I made. And it was like
the funny thing about Kennedy was there was never like a limited option of women that you can like talk to there. And I know that kind of sounds obvious because it's high school, so you have so many kids there. But honestly, let's be honest, there was a lot of sluts like at Kennedy High School. There really was. Like, if you wanted to like really like do something, you could for sure do it with a plethora of girls there, and it was easy.
It wasn't hard to get
it really was
around there. Yeah, it was very easy to get like at least some kind of socialization where you can get to know them and stuff. Especially like if you're sitting next to somebody like for a school year, which. Like I remember I talked to some girl and she was really chill, very chill. This is the end of junior year. And like I dropped her because of the same one. And it was like, what the hell did I do that for? You know what I mean? It was like one of those things where like high school was just crazy. Kennedy was insane. That was a shitty situation. That's another one that I would have did over. Like I wish I was more open. Again, I think more that it was more of the people that were also involved than just her. You know what I mean?
It's just kind of it's still just kind of, now that you mention this, I didn't know this until you said this, but it's just kind of funny that Arkesh tried to pawn the beef with me and you so that he didn't have to fight me. Honestly, that's kind of sad. That's actually really sad.
When you bring this up,
I know that.
I completely remember him like pushing it kind of on me to handle it. And then with like all the whispering and then her pretty much not denying anything and her saying she's going to take care of it is full of shit.
It's also, and I kind of remember some of our conversations because throughout the years in high school, we would have this conversation about Danielle. And I would always tell you, like, I would always try to tell you, like, dude, don't you think if I wanted to be with her, I would have kept her phone number and I would have texted her? You know what I mean? Like, but for some reason that never, like, made sense to you. Like, you refuse to believe me out of, like, all the people, like, and I don't want to say,
but, like,
I don't want to say that I'm the type of person. I don't want to say that I'm the type of person to just, like, I'm not Mr. Bitches or anything like that. You know what I mean? But, like, even in high school and even now, like, I'm able to handle my own. Like, you've seen me come up to, like, girls riding me at a Buffalo Wild Wings and ask for their number or whatever. Like, I've done that before. And in high school, I was the same way. Like, in class, I was straight up just ask a girl for, like, oh, hey, like, what's her, MySpace? This is when MySpace was popular back in the day, guys. So don't roast me. Or, like, what's her phone number, this and that. And you, like, just refuse at every opportunity to just believe your homie. Because at that point, dude, I was a homie. I was looking out for you.
No, but in my defense.
Hold up. Like I said, I was looking out for you. Every single opportunity, I would run notes back and forth with this girl. I forgot her name in junior high. I would go to your house sometimes. I don't know if you remember. I would go to your house sometimes just to kick it. You know what I mean? Like I think one time I came to at your house. I was waiting outside on the porch for like 20 minutes because your mom was like beating your ass or some shit like that, or your mom was making you do something. So I had to wait on the side.
Join the Hollywood quick. It's your boy Hollywood Holguin. Sign off, bro.
An ORANGE E.
An ORANGE E.
I thought it was from
Comment down below. I apologize. This is what happens when it's White Claw Friday. We will see you Monday for the Michael Jordan slander because I'm going to tell you why LeBron James is the greatest of all time. That is coming to you Monday. Comment down below. Links down below. Release the Snyder Cut. I literally can't believe you said Batfleck was the worst. You slandered so many people, man. Batfleck, Disney girls. You slanderous, man. We out. Hollywood Uncensored, episode number 15. Later.